In this video, I'm going to be telling you why I thought that Dune Part 2 was way better than the first movie. Before we get started, I think I'm actually very equipped to be giving my opinion about this because I love movies. I love talking about film theories and random lore for the stories, and then I also love behind the scenes, so I love cinematography, score, acting, so my opinion is trusted, I promise. I'm not biased to anything in this review. I'm just going to be giving you guys my opinion because I do think it's valuable. So I had never seen Dune until a week ago. All my friends had seen it and they loved it and they're like, oh, you should watch it. It's like Star Wars and like Lord of the Rings, which I don't really see how it's like Lord of the Rings very much, but it's similar to Star Wars because it takes place in space and it's about wars. And I just never came around to watching it. I didn't really care too much. I've never really been a fan of Timothée Chalamet. I'd only seen him in Little Women, and then recently I watched him in Wonka, and that was like in December. And I liked him then, but like I've never been like, oh, Timothée Chalamet, kind of a thing. He's just like a meh actor, except for I loved his role as Willy Wonka. I just never really cared to watch it because it was a long movie. It didn't seem too interesting, and I don't really like that kind of theme of movies. If like the only reason why I like Star Wars is because it's nostalgic, and I do love it. Like there's still good stuff to it, but the reason why I'm into it is because it's nostalgic. But I'm not a fan of war movies, to be completely honest. And Dune really feels like it's based around, you know, like a huge war on the planet, which I'm not really into that stuff. But so I watched it for the first time. I hated the movie. I literally watched it 4 days ago and I was like, you're joking. And then I was talking with a friend and I was like, I really want to go see that movie when it first comes out, the second one. And she's like, oh, we should go see it together. So we did. I loved it. It was way better than the first. And the reason being is the first one was very slow. I was like, of course you're getting to know the characters and all that stuff, but it was just slow. Like, I don't understand why I was hyped up to begin with. Maybe because people like read the book and like understood why, like we're excited for the buildup of the characters because they've read the books and like they know what's happening. But for somebody who has no background knowledge of any of the planet's lore or what the frick is going on, it was kind of just like boring. And it's like, okay, cool. Oh no, that person died. You know, I was kind of like, meh. But then the second one, you got to know the characters enough, but it actually like picked up the plot way faster. And it was just so much more entertaining. And I feel like a lot of the times when they're doing a trilogy, or like the second movie is always the most boring because you get like the good stuff in the first movie, then the second movie is like filler to lead up to the third, and then the third one is like the climax of the whole story. But this one, I loved it so much better than the first. And like, for example, a movie that I love the second more than any of the others was the Hunger Games series because I love Catching Fire. It's really well done because you know the characters enough and then it's just expanding the universe. And I feel like that was very similar with Dune Part 2 because you knew the characters enough and they were still introducing new characters, which I thought was really cool. But it was still just continuing to build the world and your understanding of what's going on. And I wasn't actually able to watch the like last 5 minutes of the movie because I had to leave because work. It was like a predictable ending kind of a thing. Like it was like the last like 5 minutes of dialogue, you know, before it ends heroically on a cliffhanger. But even then it was still very good. Like I didn't want the movie to end because it was so well done and there's like so many still unanswered questions. So it does almost leave on a cliffhanger, which I feel like people will understand because in the first movie, like they have so much to do, and then as you're watching the second, they're introducing more characters and more problems, and you're like, oh, this is going to be a third movie, isn't it? So that was still good on that part. I really enjoyed it. I would go see it today in the theaters again if I could. Like I would. It was really good. I would never watch this first one again. Like maybe I would now because like now I can see like foreshadowing from the second one, but it was boring in my opinion and very slow. But the second one was really good. Austin Butler is my new Pookie, my new Roman Empire, and I watched him recently on in Elvis. That was made in like 2022, and I'd never seen it before. And if you're on my Instagram, you'll see that I made a story on that. But I loved him in that, and he's a really good actor, and he did an amazing job in Dune Part 2, like blown away. So yeah, I find him very attractive. Except for as that character. But yeah, and then Florence Pugh was in it, which was pretty cool. and obviously Zendaya, Timothy Chalamet, what's his face? Bill Skarsgård's dad. Skarsgård's dad. There's so many other actors. What's his face that plays Drax? Like, it's a good movie. The cast was really good. The talent overall is really impressive. There's no part where I was like, they delivered that line really bad. Because I typically do have that criticism in mind whenever I'm watching a movie, because, like, I'm not saying I'm a professional actress, but I still can tell what looks good and what doesn't. You know, like, I don't have to be Picasso to look at a painting and say that's crap. So, anyway, the acting was really good. The cinematography, there's a couple of elements in it that I was kind of like, why did you guys do that? Because, like, if you've seen the first movie, somebody gets pregnant. And throughout the second movie, they would show shots of the embryo and, like, the baby. And I say embryo because it was, like, when it first looks like an alien. And so that was kind of random, because it was only for the first 20 minutes of the movie where it kept on doing that as, like, the baby was growing, and then just, like, stopped, even though the baby wasn't born. Or was it? I don't know. Anyway, and then the age rating I'd say for this movie would be probably 13 and older, because there was some elements to it where I was like, oh wow, that's kind of dark. So yeah, like, I'm pretty sure there's, like, hint of cannibalism, if I got the vibes right. There's also, like, a lot going on, and I was distracted by Austin Butler. I'm joking, he's just a really good actor. I promise I did not find him attractive in that movie. That would be weird. But there's, like, hints of cannibalism. There's a lot of stabbing people and killing people. And then, yeah, and then there was some alluding to things. Like, you don't ever see full nudity, but then there is at one point they're on top of each other sweating and panting, and you know what just happened, and it's just, like, dialogue after that. It was funny though, because I'm like, I'm not, like, awkward about that, like, oh my gosh, like, oh, that's so bad. It's just like, when you're not expecting it, you're just like, oh, okay. But it was funny though, because me and my friend that we went to go see, we're just, like, side-eyeing each other, like, because, like, they had a little bit of it in the first movie, but it was kind of frequent in this movie. So I would say 13 and older. And of course, like, if you're 13, if you're a parent and you're watching this and you have a 13-year-old, or you are 12, like, I'm not saying that you're not brave enough to watch it. Like, if you want to watch it, you can watch it. But if I was a parent, I probably wouldn't want my 12-year-old watching that. It would be more of, like, a 13-year-old thing. And they actually didn't have, like, any language. There's, like, only one bad word that I can actually recall. But other than that, it was really good. Yeah, I really liked it. It was way better than the first movie, if you cannot tell. So yeah, definitely go watch it. Especially, even if you don't like Dune, go watch it. I really liked it, and especially if you like sci-fi or war movies in a way, it was pretty cool. Yeah, it was just good. Like, if anything, I feel like they should have made it into a TV series, because it would have been a lot cooler to have, like, more details. Because, like, I didn't want the movie to end. And there's some parts of it where I was like, oh, that happened really quickly, and it's because they needed to make it go quickly, or else it would be a 5-hour-long movie, which I feel like it would have just been really good if they did it into a TV series. So we could get more of those details. But yeah, so thank you so much for watching this video. If I convince you to go watch that movie, definitely do so. Once again, if you haven't even seen Dune, or you're not even interested, I would still recommend watching the first movie and then going to see the second movie, because it was a fun movie experience. Like, it was good. So yeah, definitely check out the rest of my accounts if you haven't already. I have an Instagram account, a Pinterest account, and I do have a Spotify account that I do a podcast on, and I'm not sure if I'm going to continue that much longer, because who wants to listen to me ramble? And also, like, I'm more incorporating stuff that I have on my podcast onto my YouTube channel, because I'm trying to do this more full-time. So yeah, so definitely subscribe if you haven't already. I hope you like this video. Give it a thumbs up. Share it with your friend if you want to go see Dune with them. If I convince you to watch this movie, definitely go to the comment section and let me know. If I said anything that you disagree on, or to, like, bash me for hating the first movie, just throw it at me. I did not like the first movie, and I'm just being completely honest with you. But yeah, so thank you so much for watching. I will catch you guys next time. Subscribe if you like movie reviews. If you want to see some of my vlogs, definitely check that out. I have, I think, 5 videos of the vlog series of me and my family on vacation. So you guys will be meeting my family this Sunday, and we have a special surprise for that video. So definitely go watch that when it comes out. But yeah, thank you so much for joining this video, and I will catch you guys next time. Bye!